Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scarbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Wednesday, March 23rd, and the moon is in Sag all day. Today we have a conjunction between Mercury and Neptune. This is part of the synodic cycle that begins every year when Mercury moves over the planet Neptune. This is a highly imaginative day. It is a day where there can be a lot of compassion and healing. There can also be some delusionary qualities whenever we're working with Neptune. It's very easy to sort of kid yourself in certain situations. But ultimately, or really, it's kind of a neat energy, says the woman with the Pisces moon. So we have here the bed that we made for the pups. This is sort of their where they lie, so to speak, under the apple tree here, and right in the center, and you'll see, and it's a little hard to see because of its color, and it's in the shade, but there is a coming up. Let me see if I can do it from this angle, because this angle you can't see nothing. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a plant coming up right there in the middle, and that's a bleeding heart, as it were. That's what I put there because we miss them so much. But this is one of the things that Michael did on his birthday, is he fixed this, took it up and cleaned it up and planted a few more flowers, so when they come up you guys will be able to see them. But thank you for all the birthday wishes for Michael. He spent his day doing what he loves, gardening and cooking and creating and just having a grand old time with himself there. And I think it's important. One of the things we try to do on our birthdays, besides, having a party and stuff, we don't really do that, although we would. I mean, really, we would have a party. Is that we spend the day doing what we love, because there's a thought that how you spend your day, your birthday, or solar return actually, is how you spend your year. So he is going to be cooking up some delicious things all year and gardening, making this yard beautiful, or more beautiful, I guess, as I stand in the tree that still sits in the yard. But so we have Mercury and Neptune come together. We also have Mercury make a supportive sextile to the north node of the moon. Remember, the north node of the moon is in Taurus, which means that it's also making a trine to the south node of the moon. So what can happen is the past can come up and we can talk about it. We can perhaps resolve some things. And I think Joe Biden is actually going to Brussels. I don't know if he's there already or if he's going there on the weekend or how that works. He might be there now, considering the war in the Ukraine and keeping the allies together. Everybody is feeling the pinch. Gas prices here in the U.S. are pretty high. Of course, Europe, the gas prices are always high. So that's happening there. For any of you who are in Europe, you can speak to it better than I can. But one of the things that's happening is that Russia and the sanctions on Russia, and then the Ukraine is really, part of the breadbasket of Europe. So a lot of crops are not going to be planted because of the war. And a lot of those crops go to places that are already food insecure, like Africa. So this war isn't just affecting the Ukrainian people. It's not just affecting those of us who have to put gas in our cars. But we're talking about the possibility of widespread hunger and famine in some cases. So again, what comes to mind for me is we're spending billions with the B on weapons instead of feeding people. So something to be pondered, and perhaps we can actually make a difference bringing that stuff up. I don't know. Hopefully I didn't depress you too much, but it is what's going on. And despite the fact that we have all this Neptune, we do have to know, what's at stake here. And what's at stake, in my estimation, and I apologize for this going on the political side of things, but it's not really political. It's really human, the human side. We need to be able to feed people. We need to be able to take care of one another instead of fighting. This is just nuts. Over what? So somebody's ego, some megalomaniac's ego, humanity's inhumanity to man is enough of this, folks. Enough of this. Do I sound kind of crabby? I shouldn't be this crabby with all this beautiful Pisces energy going around, but I feel the need to express myself. Of course, I do realize I am, what is that, preaching to the choir? Is that the expression? Yeah. So so things are popping up, the sun and being one of them. We can see that. I'm like blinded by the light, cut loose like a deuce, another runner in the night. That's me. Okay, so mystical, magical day, lots of imagination, opportunities for healing, compassion, understanding, talking about the past, so that we can take the actions necessary to reestablish a more loving order of things. All right, guys, have yourself a great day. Like and subscribe, and I will see you again tomorrow morning. Much love, everyone. Namaste.